Nation podcast, where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. We talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. Now let's welcome your host, with over a decade of industry insider experience and still the reigning champion of Marco Polo, Edgar De Jesus, and his co-host, John J.J. Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and Zach the Pool Boy Nicholas.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. I am your host, Edgar De Jesus, and yes, I am the reigning champion of Marco Polo, along with John J.J. Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and the famous Zach, the Pool Boy Nicholas. Today, we're talking about the Heritage and Pool Nation Boot Camp 2024 that will be held March 1st and 2nd in McKinney, Texas. Want to welcome everyone to our live podcast, the podcast where it's all pool talk, and we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. And yes, we will talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. But before we get started today, I want to thank our visionary partners for this podcast, the Ultimate Pool Tools, the SPPA, Blu-ray XL, Aquastar Pool Products, Natural Chemistry, Raypack, and our newest member to the Pool Nation family. Welcome, Hayward Pool Products. We want to thank them for their continued support. Mr. Zacharias.
Whoa.
Yep.
Are we gonna we're just going to pretend like we look, we've been doing
You're
this.
like, whoa.
Time out here, dude. It's going on 3 years now, and we've kind of had the same script and the same everything, and a couple things changed. I don't know if people noticed in your little intro. And first, I want to say I'm very impressed that you were able to do it without screwing it up. Because if you remember, it took literally 3 years for you to get the housekeeping and the notes and to be able to say that script perfectly now without even like looking at a paper or anything. You just have it memorized. And then now to change it up a little bit, there was a slight little hesitation with the new word. If anybody caught it at the beginning.
Oh, so you had to call me out.
I did.
You give me a backhanded compliment.
I do. I have to. It's nothing but love, brother. But I'm excited because this is something we talked about, and for those of you that didn't hear, but one, you said visionary partners, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty amazing. And some people might look at it and go, kind of, what does that mean? I want to kind of discuss it a little bit right now because we put a lot of thought into that, and we had like a little brainstorming powwow amongst us all, and kind of planning out 2024. We practice what we preach. Plan ahead, set goals, figure out which course we're going to take for the new year, and we gave each and every one of you guys a little tidbit and a little taste of what we have in store, as far as 2024. But the one thing we really wanted to focus on was, some of the partners that we how do you put it, that we're blessed to be able to work with, through our journey, because, with us, it's a little bit different than what it looks like for most companies when they go out and they do like a sponsorship with an organization or with another company. From the very beginning, we made it very clear that our purpose and our goals were to better the industry, and it wasn't a matter of one company better than the other, or if you work with us or if you sponsor us, that all of a sudden it's solely one product and screw the other guy or whatever it may be. And our approach is a little bit different. We're going to help with the industry, or we're going to try to better the industry through education and through one pool guy and one pool girl at a time. And that journey's been a little tough, especially at the beginning, to kind of see some of the companies try to wrap their head around what we're trying to accomplish and do. And I don't blame them, because coming from a corporate world, it was always tit for tat when it came down to, okay, here you go, here's a sponsorship, and we're going to pay, and you're going to do this, or you're going to do that, or whatever it may be. With us, it's a little bit, or actually, it's much different. And I got a smile on my face, and this time it's not, I'm working on it, but this time it's not, staged. I'm really happy to see that. I think that we've made a little bit more progress today, because not only do we have our visionary sponsors, or our visionary partners, which means that people that believe in us and what we're trying to accomplish and do, and to look at the end game opposed to, the short-term result. But we've also added another one, and which is Hayward. And I gotta say that I couldn't be happier to know that we have one of the big three that actually sat down and said, "Hey, look, we believe in Pool Nation, we believe in the industry, we believe in our education, and we want to be a part of it." And for those of you that got to experience the hands-on training that they did over at Zach's at the Pool Boys, and also at the international show, and the game that they brought in order to give you guys some pretty stellar education, I couldn't be more happy to have them on board for the new year, so that they can be a part of our boot camps and everything that we're doing for Pool Nation this year. So it's going to be an amazing new year, because for us, as you know, everything we do for each and every one of you guys, as much as we can put as much money as we possibly can into it, we try. But to be able to have the funds to put out these boot camps, these leadership events, the women event, to do the app, to be able to fund the developers for the app, and everything that we put forward costs a lot of money, right? And regardless of whether or not we have partners, we're going to move forward. It only helps us make it. It only helps us bring it to you quicker by being able to secure these types of partnerships, and to have Hayward on board amongst our other partners is some pretty exciting,
pretty amazing
news.
stuff.
Yeah. What do you think?
Look, and I agree with you. All along, our vision and our mission is to help the pool pros, right? And we know that if we can, allow pool pros to be financially successful, and when we talk about that, it's not just taking a finance class, but it's learning how to do hands-on repairs, right? It brings more revenue into your business. When we talk about all the other abilities for them to build onto their business, and we're going to talk about it right now because Jay Brakefield is on here, and I want to talk specifically about him and his growth. But we started, and at the beginning, just like everything else, right? Like, people aren't answering the phone. People are like, who are these guys? And like you say, John, a lot of people probably thought, oh, these guys will be around for, a year and then they'll be gone, right? But I think people are starting to really kind of understand that we're here and we're not going anywhere, and that our mission is to really help the pool pros be financially successful. And if we do that, our industry is going to grow. But I think a lot of people also understand that with us, it's, the best analogy that somebody told me about us is, you guys are kind of like the grocery store. So you go to the grocery store and there's all the different products and people can kind of choose, right? And with us, it's the same thing. We don't just pick one company or the other company or try to sell you one product. That's not the goal of what we want. We want everybody to come together so that everybody can learn as much as they can, right? And when we have partners like this that are coming to support us, that they see the vision that we're talking about, it is huge, right? And then selfishly, the good thing for me is that I get to text you guys a little bit more often of, oh, hey, I have an idea.
Right.
Right. And just like you said, John, it allows us to take those funds and to build even more.
Oh yeah, because every dollar we just throw it right back in.
Yeah.
And we I think it was just 2 weeks ago we were talking about how quickly we progressed as far as our goals. We set some goals for 2024, 2025, back in 2022, 2023. And we were able to accomplish those a year or two sooner, simply because of the support that we receive from these,
Yeah.
from our amazing partners that we have.
And they truly are visionary partners, because they see the vision of what it is that we're trying to do, right? And that's why we call them visionary partners, is because they believe in the vision. And with us and with all of our partners, it's simple. It's like, we want people to support us, but to support everything that we do, because it's a lot of different things, right? It's the women, it's the pool pros, it's everything. It's the leadership, it's the business, it's everything that we do. So so that it's just super exciting. And then not only that, guys, when they came out to the boot camp, they came out swinging for the fence.
Oh my God.
Like, we originally talked about having just one unit for every 2 or 3 people. And what did they do? They brought freaking 20 stations on there. So they're really coming out. They're really focused on the Pool Pro. In the conversations that we've had with the entire team, their goal is to focus on education and helping pool pros, be successful and be able to learn how to install products and do all those things. And that just really kind of aligns with everything that we're trying to do.
It does. And I mean, and they get it and they see it, right? And they allow, our goal is to inform, right? And to educate and to better our industry. So if we're able to do that, then each and every individual is able to make an informed decision, opposed to, just flying by the seat of their pants or being too scared to take that chance or to make that move. And having, like I said, having these visionary partners and everybody that's been with us is just, I don't know, it's almost to the point overwhelming, because it just, I thought, I know we'd have a lot of resistance at the beginning. We all talked about it. But it's really kind of snowballed, and it's gotten to the point now where why we're so excited is because we have so many things on the on the burner that we're cooking to release and to bring out into the industry, that now we're able to turn up the heat a little bit more and get that meal ready sooner, so that we can put it in each and everybody's hands out there so they can use it, because I think it'll help them all. And this is exciting. It's a little scary because God knows we already have a lot on our plate and we're doing a lot, right? But this is just unbelievably amazing, that we're able to actually put our pedal down a little bit further and turn up the heat and make 2024 even more exciting than I thought it was going to be. So this is pretty badass.
To us, it's all about celebrating the pool pros, and we're going to talk about it here a little bit today. But you guys are coming out on the 24th, 25th, 26th, around there, the 25th, 26th, 27th, and we've been invited to something, and this is what we want to see.
Right,
This is what fuels my fire like you have no idea, and we've talked about it 1,000 times, but we've been invited to the opening of Jay Breakfield's new facility, his new place. And Jay is somebody that, we've talked to him since the early days of Pool Nation. And he's in these 3 years, he's grown and he is just absolutely killing it. He services pools. Now he builds pools, and now he moved to a location where he will start his retail journey. And they're actually doing a ribbon cutting on the 26th. And we've actually been invited to go down there and be part of that. And guys, this is what excites me, like to see these guys go through that journey and that growth and to get to where they're at. That's where it's all worth it for me. And that's what makes me just excited about the whole Pool Nation thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's what we're talking about, right? I mean, being able to help people get to where they want to go, right? And to see Jay and his journey, and I'm honored and humbled to be invited to the opening. When Edgar talked to me about it and said that they had the discussion, I was like, dude, that's so cool. I would absolutely love to be there and be a part of that. And I'm honored that that I'd be invited to be a part of that, right? And to just kind of see the accomplishments and that he's made through the years, right? And the progression and bettering himself in his business and his family and his company and all that is just, it's exactly what we're trying to do, right? And there it is. And I'm looking forward to it. I already told Mama as soon as we got off the phone, I said, look what we're going to be a part of. And I'm excited to do it, especially from somebody who's been a supporter from us from the very, 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 very beginning. Congratulations, brother. Look forward to seeing you later on this month.
And Jay, just to let you know, I sent a message to the photographer. I sent a message to the videographer. We're like, we're coming down guns a-blazing. Anybody listening to the podcast, it is Friday the 26th. That's going to be down in Denton, Texas. And so if you guys want to attend, I believe it's going to be at 3:00 in the afternoon, but I'll have more details. But if you guys are interested in going, let me know and I will send you the details. I would just love for a lot of other pool pros to show up and support Jay. Zach, how cool would that be?
I think that'd be awesome. And I'm excited to be a part of it. And I talked to Jay as he was kind of ramping up for this. And so I think it's a lot of big things that they're doing and they've been able to accomplish. So I would drive up there regardless of whether or not I was going to be up there. So congrats, Jay. And I'm super pumped to be a part of that with you.
Yep. So we're excited about it. At the same time, we feel proud for you. You just keep crushing it, brother. Appreciate all the support. As a matter of fact, I remember one of the first times, I don't know if you guys remember, I was going to, I don't remember where I was going, and I'm going down the freeway, and all of a sudden I see a sign on the side of the door that says Jay Brakefield, and I wave, and Jay waves back, and then my daughter's all like, "Oh, you just think that you know everybody, Dad. Like you think you know every pool guy." And I just went, and I slowed down like that, and all of a sudden Jay and I are parallel on the freeway, and Jay's like, "Hey," and he's messaging me on Instagram, "Was that you that I saw in the car?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I just turned around to my daughter and I go, "See, I do know Jay." So anyways, but awesome. Hey, Michael, if you want to come down to Texas, look, come on down, man. We'll definitely have you down there. We'd love to have you down there. So, and we're excited to definitely do that. So anyways, congratulations once again. We're looking forward to it. We'll do some lives. We'll do some posts. We'll share about it. We'll kind of get that out of there. And all we can keep saying is just to every pool pro out there, just keep crushing it, right? Like here's Jay, started with service, building. Now he's got retail. He's in every aspect of it. Jeanette just sent me a message to send the details. And this is what I love about Jeanette. We cannot leave Jeanette out. She's awesome. Just such an amazing part of Pool Nation and support. And she shows up at all the events and she's always willing to help. And now I just tell her she's part of the Pool Nation crew because 100%. She truly is. So Jeanette, I know that you're out there. I know that you're listening. Big, huge shout out. And thank you. I know that she'll show up to support Jay as well. And everybody else out there. I don't want people to feel like, oh, I didn't call you guys out by name, but she sent me a message here. So it's a big shout out. So anyways, Zach, 18 minutes and we didn't even get to say good morning. How you doing?
That was some good stuff. And I don't know that my good mornings can do all that justice and follow that, but good morning. It's kind of cold here today, if you couldn't tell.
How cold is it down there?
Up.
I don't even know the temperature, and it's probably embarrassing if I were to actually look at it, but it was
57.
Yeah. It was storming really bad this morning, and all the guys came in, and we were all just like literally sitting in the front office here, kind of looking out the windows. And, you know, I feel for them, and I'm like, man, maybe we just wait like 30 minutes. And Justin's in his office, and I hear him go, "What are you guys waiting for?" And we're like, we're kind of waiting to see, you know, maybe 20, 30 minutes. He's like, "I don't know what 20 or 30 minutes is going to do." So we're like, all right, I guess it's time to get started. So, but everyone's out there today. It's freezing cold. They're getting rained on.
John, they're all standing around the trash can with a fire, and they're kind of going like that. And Zach's like, you know, let's go to work.
Zach was like, yeah. Zach was around the fire with them.
It's a rain day. Rain day.
Man. Wow, it's cold in California. Michael's saying it's 49 degrees where he's at, and Steve is 50. And
Yeah,
you
it
know
is a
that
little
50
cold.
for California is 30 for Texas.
Yeah, it's a little cold. It's a
Yeah.
little cold.
Yeah, a little cold. So, anyways, big shout outs to everybody that is on here live. Mr. Benny Romero. Ah, Benny, I'm just botching that one on you today. Janie, I hope that you are ready to come out to Texas because it's been quite a while. And John and I were planning a whole bunch of like dinner places and these milkshake places that we found. And we're going to start doing some reviews on them as well. Maria, shout out to you. Jeanette. Let's see here. We've got Michael from First Response. We've got Mr. Howard Pringle going. Hi, John. So big shout out to you out there. Jay Breakfield, Mike is on there. Eric, Steve Barnes, Tori. Good morning. Appreciate you coming on. And let's see who else we got on here. I think we had somebody else. Had somebody else. So anyways, I'll go back and look. So welcome everybody. There's Joel. There he is, Mr. Hokulea Pools. So anyways.
I think Joel said he was going back to Hawaii. He was going to do something. He was doing something. I saw a post.
Joel, you going back to Hawaii? Type on here. Let us know what it is that you're up to. Are you going on vacation or are you going back to?
No, I think it was vacation.
Okay. So, which by the way, I had one of the guys that I talk to all the time and he went on vacation to Puerto Rico. So of course he's been all week just like, look at where I'm at and here's where I'm at and here's where I'm just like, bro, you're freaking killing me. He was sending me pictures again this morning. So shout out to him. He's like, I don't want to come back. I'm like, man, vacation, can't blame you. So anyways, all right, guys, let's get through a couple housekeeping. What's that?
You forgot someone. John, good morning.
Where?
Oh,
John forgot it. I said Howard
doing?
Pringle said hi.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Howard. No, I think we got all thrown off this morning because I interrupted and I jumped in first. See, look, this is us. We're creatures of habit, right? And I what Zach is saying, you forgot to say, hey, John, good morning. But I think Edgar is trying to say that I talk too much already and he doesn't want to hear any more of me. So let's hurry up because we're 22 minutes into the podcast and I don't think we've gotten into the nuts and bolts of it yet.
He said, Joel is saying we just got back from Hawaii.
Okay, I was
great
right.
to catch up. So
nice.
So nice. Shout out.
Hey, as far as me, good morning, John. Well, look, I'm having a wonderful day and I kind of let you guys know how excited I was. I get a phone call from Edgar early in the morning. Which he kind of starts off my day the wrong way. But today it was actually a good thing. So
I did try to keep it within thing. I said, we have a little something
dilemma
to discuss,
Yeah. And
just
I'm like,
to kind of freak him out. Cause I don't want him to be like, I wanted to freak him out.
And I'm
but
like,
not only that, Zach, is then if I say that he'll call me right away. So if I go, hey, when you get a chance, call me, it'll be 3:00. And then he'll be like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah. So anyways, a great day today. I'm excited, but also feeling good. I feel good today. Bags are I think are still good. Are they there? I don't think so. The bags under my eyes are not as bad as they've been. I got a light day today. I only got to tear apart a couple master attempts, bypasses, and what else do I have? New home quote today. Everything's good. It's gonna be a short day. I'm gonna be done soon, and then I'm looking forward to spending the rest of the day with Mama today. I'm excited.
That's
Shouldn't
awesome.
have said that. Shouldn't have vocalized it.
I know, right? And I know the world's gonna end. I'm gonna get 15 phone calls today, right? And I'm gonna be at the end of the day, I'm gonna be in panic mode. It'll be
out.
fine. Nah.
So, hey, Joel typed on here, unfortunately, my mom passed away. So that's mainly to honor her life. Everything went beautifully. Joel, our deepest condolences. I'm the one that gets choked up, Joel, right off the bat.
Yeah.
I lost my mom and I know how hard that is. So, brother, nothing but prayers to you and your family out there. So, and Jeanette is over here saying sorry for your loss, Joel. So anyways, prayers your way, brother. Be strong. I know it's difficult, but you'll have some great memories and condolences from the three of us. So, all right, guys, let's get through a couple little housekeeping notes here really quick before John starts getting mad at me and starts messaging me on the other side that we're taking too long. So March 1st and 2nd, Heritage Pool Supply in McKinney. We're going to talk about that. March 26th and 27th, we'll be at the Western Pool and Spa Show in Long Beach, California. May 17th, Specialized Heater Boot Camp 201 at RAPAC headquarters. Looking forward to that. The Women's Summit 2024 is going to be August 29th and 30th. November 9th, 10th, and 11th, we will be out in Dallas as well at the PSP Expo. We're going to be doing our 3-day boot camp there. Looking forward to doing that and putting Zach to do about 6 classes on that. And the Expo is going to be the 12th through the 14th as well. The Pool Nation Awards are the night of the 13th. We've got a couple other things coming in through the pipeline. We've got some financial classes. We got to nail down a date for John's PCTI classes out there. So anyways, that's kind of some of the stuff. We have 2 more things that we're working on. As soon as we kind of finalize those, we'll be able to kind of share those and talk about those. Things. Yeah, we got 2 more things in the pipeline. For 2 more for this year.
Yeah.
Because I know that if I go, hey guys, can we do one more thing? You guys are gonna be like, no. So just like John did last time, he was like, bro, the answer to that is no. So,
vote no. Vote no on proposition.
Vote no, yeah.
852.
Yeah. You know what John was doing is John was calling Zach right away because everything with us works on a 3-way vote, right? And it's very easy, 2-1. So I'm like, I have an idea, and they both go, no. So
yeah.
Hey, Angels out there, big shout out to you. What's that, John?
No, I'm zelling Zach on my ears. I'm zelling $1,000. Vote no, bro. Vote no on proposition 842. Dude. We're not doing it.
So anyways, guys, I want to talk about the Pool Nation Boot Camp that we're going to be doing, the Heritage Pool Nation Boot Camp that's going to be happening March 1st and 2nd. Registration is open for that. If you want to attend, just go to poolnation.com. You'll be able to see a button on there that says Heritage Boot Camp. You can kind of click through that. All the classes are there. John, Zach, I wanted to talk really quick about some of the classes that we're going to be teaching there, because we are going to be doing the hands-on classes. We're going to be doing the automation, the pumps, the heaters, all that kind of fun stuff. We've kind of talked about that a little bit. We're also going to have Terry Arco, Alicia, David Jones from Hayward is going to be doing. We're going to have John do a training class as well. Zach's going to do one. He doesn't know that yet. We'll kind of get that to him a little bit as he gets closer to that date. But we've talked a little bit about those on this boot camp. What we are doing is we are putting in the business side of it. And so we're going to be doing 4 classes. And what I wanted to do is go a little bit more in detail into each one of those classes, so people kind of have a clear picture of what it is that we wanted to do. Were you going to say something, John?
No, I was, but I decided not to. That's how quick you can see me. You can see me think in real time.
Yeah. So, hey, RAPAC is 8 miles from Aquastar, where the boxes are assembled. Oh, hey, look, we got so far ahead ourselves that I forgot about that. By the way, Steve Barnes, I'm putting you on blast. I have not gotten a box yet. So I'm putting you on blast because I know that you have the quickest link to Todd. And I think it's messed up that I haven't gotten a box yet. Not even after me joking about it. I figured I called him out on Wednesday. I figured next day I'd have a box.
Look, here's
nothing.
Look, I'm gonna admit something right now. I'm gonna tell you a secret. You know, I was saying I was really excited this morning, right? And I'm in a good mood. I was in a good mood because I think it's been like box. No, it's been like 24 hours and I haven't heard box out of your mouth, and I was excited. And that's why I think I was feeling so everything was going so well. And then of course our good friend Steve brought up boxes, and then here's Edgar now
bitching about the boxes.
Bitching about the box. So now I have to listen to him talk about not getting the box for another 24 hours. So
yeah. So for those of you that don't know about the box, so Aquastar right before New Year's? John?
It was in between Christmas and New Year's. Yeah. So.
They sent out some surprise boxes to some people, and John got one, and Zach got one, and Pete got one, and I think Michael got one, and Daniel got one. There's a whole bunch of boxes that went out but they didn't send me a box. And so I was hurt, right? Like, I'm part of the crew. Why didn't I get a box?
I didn't know what was going on. And you kept bugging me about, did you get the box? Did you get a box? And I'm like, I hadn't gotten it yet. And I'm like, I was so into work and doing this. And I'm just kind of like, what are you talking? Because I wasn't following all the posts and all that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Talking about
Did you get the box?
bro.
Like,
I know. Zach calls me up and goes, Edgar losing it, bro? You know what I mean? Are we going to have an intervention or something? Is something going on with this guy? He keeps talking about a box.
I get a lot of boxes throughout the week.
So that's messed up that I didn't get it. And Michael over here saying I'm nominating the box for product of the year. That's true. That's a good one, right? Product of the year, just the box. So anyway, let's see here. Todd and I met yesterday, and the box approval committee will schedule a meeting soon to consider your request, Edgar. So see, here's the problem is I think now they're not going to send me a box because I've complained about it so much that they're just gonna like, yeah, you don't deserve a box.
Just send him a coffee cup and then he'll be good.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so Aquastar did a great job sending out these boxes. They have their lifetime warranty actuators and 3-way valves and check valves on there. And a lot of the pool pros were doing unboxings and all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm trying to remember who gave me the idea. If I don't get one by Monday, I'm going to go to U-Haul. I'm going to buy a box. I'm going to go to the pool store. I'm going to buy the stuff and I'm going to make myself my own stuff and I'm going to ship it to myself. That way I get my box.
I'm sure everyone's going to start sending you boxes now.
So anyways, so big shout out to Aquastar for that out there. So shoot. Let's
take a break and then
let's do this. So let's take a quick break from our sponsors. When we come back, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the business side of the boot camp. Michael saying that I still won't have the hat though. Yeah, that's kind of a good point. So actually Brian will hook me up. So anyway, so when we come back, we'll talk about those classes. We'll do an in-depth in those classes. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The Hyper Pole from Ultimate Pool Tools is a pool care pole designed by pool professionals for pool professionals, featuring precision-crafted carbon fiber and stainless steel construction. Go to ultimatepooltools.com or Instagram at Ultimate Pool Tools. Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. Now available, Pool Invoice. Pool Invoice is a pool billing software created specifically for the pool service and repair industry. It's developed for our industry and only our industry. Pool Invoice is built with recurring billing in mind. You can print, email, text invoices, or even send via WhatsApp. You can add recurring or yearly charges, accept credits, and set up autopay. You can even see when customers have seen the invoice. It even has a customer portal where they can log in and see, print, and pay invoices. It has all your customers' information on one page, so you don't need to search through hundreds of invoices looking for the one you need. Just go to the customer profile and it's all at your fingertips. Created specifically for the pool industry, Pool Invoice. Now available at poolinvoice.com. Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed, open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable. And these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with the pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleaners faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today.
Natural Chemistry, a leader in specialty water care solutions for over 30 years, is proud to provide products that make pool service easier than ever before. Its unique enzyme formulations in Pro Series Pro Blend improve efficiency of your pool program while reducing frequency of filter cleaning and scum lines. Natural Chemistry is also well known for its wide variety of phosphate removal solutions that include a non-clouding formula in Phos-Free and extremely high range removal with Pro Series Phos Remove or Phos-Free Max. Save time, save money, save work with Pro Series products. Stop sacrificing durability or efficiency with the help of Raypak's new Avia HD models that utilize NITEC, their exclusive industry-first technology. NITEC heat exchanger technology is Raypak's latest solution to superior strength and maximum efficiency when it comes to residential pool heating. With 900% more nickel compared to copper nickel in critical surfaces, NITEC creates an ideal surface to protect against scale formation and erosion without compromising on Avia's 84% thermal efficiency. Learn more at raypak.com/NITEC.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. I am your host, Edgar DeJesus. We're joined by Mr. Zacharias, freezing down there. Oh, he took his jacket off, so he's probably hot right now. And Mr. JJ Flawless.
Yeah. So, I had a thought right now. How do you feel? Do you feel left out every time we go on break and we shut our cameras off and then we walk away from you and leave you there by yourself?
Because I figured if people want to look at somebody, they'd want to look at me,
Well,
right?
for sure.
That's why I extend the camera, right? And do I feel all like lonely and feel like everybody's only focusing on me,
Right.
and you guys are using it as an excuse to hide and to not have to be on camera? No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
I'm just messing. So guys, let's talk about this Heritage Boot Camp, because we are super excited, that they are partnering with us. This is kind of really their boot camp. I mean, they stepped it up. They invited us to use their headquarters. And for most of you that have not been there, these facilities are just absolutely gorgeous, state of the art. They have an amazing space. And just the fact that they always come to us, John, and they're just like, you guys need the space, whatever it is that you need, we're here for you. We believe in what you guys are doing. And for them to open up those doors like that to us is huge.
Oh, I mean, that's putting it lightly. It's hard to come up with a word to describe how amazing for a company like Heritage to say, hey, look, yeah, whatever you guys need to help further. We believe in the dream. We believe in the vision. Whatever you guys need to help further educate the industry, we want to be a part of, and for them to open up their doors to their, and it is pretty. And I think Benny made a comment too that their cappuccino machine is on point.
It's pretty freaking awesome.
It is. I think I had like at the women's summit, I had probably had like 15 espressos, dude. And I think the ladies there probably thought I was a weirdo. I'm sitting there in the corner and I'm like wide-eyed, because I'm drinking these bomb-ass espressos that are there. But the facilities and the conference rooms, and not only that, each and every employee, how warming they were and how inviting they were and how helpful they were and everything they did. They are top notch, 100%. And without them, we wouldn't be able to put on such a, have this beautiful venue, because it costs a lot of money to have these events at these nice places. That's why you see a lot of, a lot of classes and courses that are done at like motel rooms in the conference area, right? Or at an SCP lunch break room, because it costs a lot of money to do that, and to have amazing partners like Heritage to be able to open up their doors. Like I said, for that, we got like Aquastar going to to their corporate headquarters, right, to where they manufacture everything, to be able to do something. Raypack also to be able to go in there, and that stuff is once in a lifetime type of experiences for a lot of pool guys and gals out there that just haven't had that opportunity to be a part of. So it's something that I highly suggest you guys take advantage of, for sure.
I'm a big believer in learning about, like, as we go on, like culture and things like that, and environment plays such a huge role in that. And the first time I went to the Heritage facility, I was just blown away, and it was actually kind of perfect timing because we were actually looking at moving into our new space and kind of what we were going to do for a build out. How do we kind of create that environment that actually, you know, promotes healthy culture and good culture? And when I went in there, I was just taking notes. I mean, everything down to, they have like motivational sayings on the walls, like the coloring and things like that. And going through this build out, it's one of those things where you can do it mediocre, or you can do it like top-notch next level, and top-notch next level gets very expensive, but it's an investment into that environment. And you can see it when you interact with people. Like John was saying, everyone there is super nice. Like if you're walking to the door and you have your arms full of something, like someone's going to be there opening that door, welcoming you in, you know, come on through. And it is just a different experience. And I'm excited for the boot camp coming up, and we're looking at getting some of our team up there for this training. And how do we do that? And that's one of my missions this year, is as we go through and talk about these things, is it's like, there's a lot of educational opportunities that we're putting on that I am going to attend. So I'm trying to make it a point to make sure that I'm bringing someone or a couple people with me to each one of these things so that they can take advantage of this. But I think anyone who has the opportunity to jump in, attend the boot camp, just look at the facility and experience that, I think you should definitely take advantage of that.
Oh, and how inspiring it is, right? I mean, like you said, you walk into that and you're like, wow, I want this one day, right? I want to create this. And these are where dreams and things start from, being able to see it. And, you know, and again, I want to talk, I don't mean to keep talking about it, but I want to really nail down how just badass their culture is there. And what you were talking about, like it was a perfect example. You carry something, they're there to help you out. You can't fake that shit. You know what I mean? You just can't. That is literally the
top people can fake it.
Feel that, right? You know what I mean? They want to do it. You know, they feel like, you know, that's just that type of culture and environment that they've instilled there is really inspiring. And
yeah, they're opening the door because they want to open the door, not because they have to open the door.
Exactly, right. You know, and it's somebody, and it's not just a person that's there at the desk, but it's somebody walking by that is on their way to go do something else, right? And they might be in a different department doing something, and they are there. They're always saying hi. They always got a smile on their face. They don't make you feel like an outsider. You know, when you walk in there, they welcome you, and it's just like it's just very, I don't know the one word I can say, and I keep saying it's inspiring. And anybody who's a small business owner with dreams or inspiration to build and to create something bigger, you know, to have multiple employees and maybe multiple locations, you can take a page out of the book of Heritage, and you'll be on the.
And the fact that it can be done at that level with that many moving pieces, that many people, is just so impressive to me.
For sure.
Well, and here's the thing is I was saying that, you know, you can have a big company like that, and the people at the top can talk about it, and this is our culture, and this is our vision, and this is our that. But the way that you can always tell is exactly what you're saying, Zach, is always go down and, you know, look at how the people at the door treat you. Look at how, you know, whether it's a hotel, look at how the housekeepers treat you, how the people, you know, taking care of the lobby. That's the pure reflection of a great culture. And that's exactly what happens at that place. You walk into that place, and I mean, the security guard behind the counter, he doesn't have to come out of behind the counter, but he sees you carrying stuff, and he jumps up and he comes over, and he doesn't just do it once. He does it for everybody. Right. And we were talking last year about flipping some tables, and I was having a problem with some audio and the podium. And the guy that was setting up the tables, he's like, "Oh, I'll go get IT." And I'm like, "Oh, no, it's okay. I'll just send him a message." He's like, "No, I'll go get." And he went over, he literally got them and brought him back. And he's like, he's having an issue with something that needs to be corrected. And it was that ownership, right? Of there's a problem. I take ownership. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go fix it. And to create that in a culture is not easy at all. So again, partnering with them for this boot camp is super exciting for us. And they really believe in the vision of giving back to their customers, and doing this is a perfect testament to that. So let's talk about the business classes really quick that we want to talk about. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to have Eugene Lockman come over, and he's the owner of Prestige Pool and Patio. He services over 1,000 pools a month. He builds. This guy has had issues with, what was it, John? He had issues with concrete and stuff like that. So he went out and he kind of set up his business, and he's got the cement trucks, and he's been able to shoot his own, gunite, this is a guy that's been very successful. His showroom floor, which I didn't know, guys, in the DFW area, I guess it's the biggest pool showroom floor in the DFW area. In Dallas Fort Worth, which is pretty amazing. And it's a great facility. It's beautiful. So we're going to have him come out, and what he's going to do is he's really going to start talking about his journey, his growing his business, and really be able to talk about some of the problems that he encountered along the way. And as he continued to scale, what were the foundational things that he had to put in play? And really what we want him to do is talk about that, be able to kind of have a conversation with pool pros that they can ask, especially for those pool pros. Like, you get a guy like Jay that's growing, right? Like, imagine to have a resource like that to be able to go, hey, when you go from 300 pools to 500 pools, these are going to be the key things that you're going to need to have in place. And these are the things that I struggled with back then, and I wish somebody would have told me.
Yeah, and we've had the pleasure of hearing Eugene's story, and it's a very captivating story on his journey. So I'm super excited to just be able to attend this and hear it all over again. And I would say, if you're there, whatever questions you have, I think there's going to be a lot of gold nuggets in this, and come prepared, and you'll definitely get something, because Eugene has been a problem solver. And whenever he's encountered something, a roadblock, he's got an inventive idea on how to overcome that. So it's going to be a good one.
Zach, be quiet till John talks.
Yeah, you guys waiting for me? Amen. Everything you said. I'm going to be sitting in that class. That was one that I'm looking at, and I want to be a part of. Right. So when we're there, I'm going to be there the whole time listening to the story, because, like Zach said, it's the American dream. It's what an entrepreneur dreams of, and he's lived it and done it, and he's very successful at it, and he's a very cool, down-to-earth person as well, so he's able to convey that story and relate to people when he's talking to you, right? It's not like he has a hard time having that conversation with you, or he's very willing to there's no secrets with him, and he's very willing to let you know everything, right? And not to type, oh, I don't want to tell you this or tell you that. And he just kind of let the good, the bad, the ugly, everything is there. So if you guys want to pick a brain, he is a brain that you want to definitely pick. And I'll be there myself asking him some questions so that we can experience some of the his journey,
Right.
Going from where he started to where he's at now and what he's accomplished. And the beautiful thing about it, he's still doing it, right? He's still out there doing it. This is real life today. And he's gone through COVID. He's gone through all the ups and downs of 2008. Everything he's been there and done that. So if there was ever an opportunity for you guys to have the chance to pick the brain or learn from some of the best in the industry, Eugene is definitely one of them. So I'm excited to have that class at our boot camp. And thank you so much, Eugene, for taking the time to do that and to give back to the industry, because you don't have to, right? But you want to do it. And that's just a testament to who he is and what he's about in his company, and talk about culture as well, too, and what he's built with his organization. So all around amazing stuff. If you can be there, go for it, because it'll be worth it for sure.
Yep. So yeah, definitely, be able to really kind of get a clear picture of a roadmap, right? And I think a lot of us, as we're starting our business, that's what we want to know, right? Like what's coming next, what's coming next that I don't know, right? What's going to be around the corner that I don't know. If I can know about it and be prepared for it, I'm going to be a lot better off. And he'll do that. He'll talk a lot about his strategy. He'll talk about his growth. He'll even talk about how he has his business set up, John and Zach, because he has it set up differently. When it comes to the 1,000 pools, it's not just one person that answers the phones. He's got them separated, almost kind of like what we talk about, the micro businesses, right? And there's different people that are in charge of certain clients. And, he'll share all that of how to be able to manage that at that big of a scale.
They also learn about an airplane hangar will come into the story as well.
Because he started in an airport hangar.
Yeah.
But that's a great story. So he talked about, he started and he got a hangar, right? An airport hangar. And because he had a small little plane, his dad used to fly a lot. And so it's in the family. And so he thought, but man, he couldn't.
No, don't give
it away.
Yeah,
no.
Okay. That's an amazing part of it. It's cool. And why he did it and why he felt he had to do it, right? And how it's awesome.
It's a great story.
So, you gotta be a part of it.
But even that ended up being not a great idea, right? Like we think that would be a great idea, and that was not a great idea. So anyways, so we'll talk about that. The next class that we're going to be doing is a, recruiting 101 class. And the goal of that one is really to understand the hiring process. So in this class, you won't sit there and you won't interview other people. You're not going to kind of go into that in depth, but it's really a foundational to recruiting, because recruiting is one of those things that it takes a little while to master. And when you're interviewing Steve Barnes is joking with me over here going that I'm covered in tea. I got to spill the tea. So we'll talk about the 101 foundational, right? We'll talk about, the introduction to the hiring process and to recruiting, and talk about sourcing candidates. We'll talk about screening, right? What are the things that you need to do to screen some of these applicants before you even bring them in to an interview? We'll talk about some of the assessments and the tools that are available to be able to do that. We'll talk about, some of the, legal things that you have to be careful with when you're interviewing people, and everywhere is different. California is very different than Texas, but, kind of talk about all those things. But in the nutshell of a lot of it, they're going to break down to talk a little bit about, what are the things that you look for in an application? So, you look for dates of employment, right? So if somebody's history is 6 months at every job, guess what they're going to do at your job? They're going to be there for 6 months, right? We talk about it all the time. History repeats itself. So they'll teach you to look at those things and be able to go through those applications and kind of screen them to be able to find. And then Zach, you could talk about this, but obviously when you're going to go hire somebody for a certain position, what are the things and what are the key traits that you need to find for that role that you're trying to fill?
Yeah. I mean, and John talks about it, the most important thing for growth is people. And I think when we're smaller and we're busy and we're stuck in the day-to-day and just trying to get through the day, we get to that point where we're like, we just need help and we need it right now. And I think a lot of us skip steps and we're willing to just accept people for, whatever position, no matter what they say, whatever they say, okay, we take it at face value and then we bring them in. And what we end up doing is we end up, creating more problems for ourselves in the long run. And recruiting and onboarding and interviewing has been something that for the past 12 to 18 months, I have been full focus on how do we improve this, especially going through the COVID years. It was really kind of wonky. It was a weird deal, and I learned so much through it. And I have conversation with some of my friends around here that have business, and they're talking to me about, I'm getting ready to do an interview, and we'll kind of talk about it. And it's just the craziest thing. And I'm learning to like, and John talks about the psychology of people and understanding people. And I'm starting to understand people more, and I'm starting to recognize character traits and things like that, and be able to use line of questioning to be able to pull those traits and then have a better understanding of a person. And it's not a fail-proof thing. Like you're always going to run into different issues, but it is, in my opinion, one of the most important parts of being able to grow your business is how can you screen people, how can you recruit good people, and how can you onboard them quickly and effectively. And then on the flip side, if you get a wrong butt in the wrong seat or whatever, how do you stop that before it becomes too big of a problem?
Yeah, look, so this one I think is hands down probably one of the most important classes you can take as a business owner. And to tack on to what you're saying, Zach, it is, and also on the flip side, it's one of the most undeveloped skills a business owner has. Not only because they're not really accustomed to it, or they just want, I mean, where in life, in school, do you really learn to do this? This is an acquired skill that takes a lot of years of experience and knowledge in order to be efficient at it or to understand it. And you still can never master it. I don't even think it's something you can ever master. But it is literally single-handedly the most important thing for a business, especially when you are looking to scale up or bring on people, because I say it and I'll say it again, you're only as good as the people that work for you. And the reason for success for a lot of these companies is not because of this magical SOP or magical mission statement they plopped on the wall, right? And said that here at, J&J Flawless Pools, or here at Pool Nation, or here at the Pool Boys, we stand and believe in this, trust, integrity, blah, 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 blah. All that is just words on the wall. Who gives a shit? What matters is whether or not you're able to execute that, whether or not you're able to foster an environment or build a culture where people actually live and breathe those values. And you can't do that unless you have the right people that work for you, right? You can't. So hiring the right people and bringing them on board is single-handedly one of the most, if not the most important thing that you can do for your company. It'll make you or break you. Turnover is a real thing. And you'll start to realize and understand how expensive and how costly it is, not just dollar-wise immediately when it comes down to hiring somebody and then having to train them and then fire them, or them quit on you and then having to rinse and repeat that same process because you picked the wrong individual, or you brought on the wrong individual, or there were warning signs, or there were red flags or stuff that you weren't aware of or didn't see or didn't know of, and you had to learn the hard way. But the repercussions from bringing on somebody who's a shithead, and they can single-handedly destroy your company and the reputation that you've built for however long, right? That as a one polar, and you've been doing the business for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 10 years or whatever, and you find that it plan on expanding. It takes a long time to build up a reputation of quality work or trustworthiness, or establish your name in your community. And because of the hard work that you put into it, right, as a business owner, I mean, obviously, who's more invested than you are? And then now to make that jump onto hiring, to bringing somebody on and to share that responsibility, it's a scary moment for an entrepreneur to hire that first person. And if you hire a wrong person and you bring them on and they're out and about and they are the face of your company now, and they God forbid, you know what I mean? They steal, they they act a fool, they're unprofessional, right? They destroy property or whatever it may be. That at the end of the day, the person that the buck stops with is you, the business owner. So it's a scary thought. So hiring the right person is very important, but more importantly, knowing how to hold people accountable and to get rid of people or get rid of problems is equally as important. So I can't stress this enough. It's not very sexy, I'll tell you that, right? Nobody wants to learn this stuff, and this is, if there's anything that I would say you would have to, is a must-have learn as a business owner, is this, and it contradicts what I preach in the past and what I preach about strength-based organization when I say, look, as in order to instill that environment, is to hire people that are great at the things that they're great at, or to do the things that they're great at, but more importantly, to hire people that are great at your weaknesses, right? Things that you're not very good at, bring them on. But as a business owner, this is something, even though you suck at, you have to learn, you have to develop this skill, you have to fine tune this, because it is so important as a business owner until you can get to the position or to the point where you can hire an HR representative or have an HR manager that can handle this type of stuff for you. You need to be very versed in this, because it might not be the first one, might not be the second one. You can go your whole career and be lucky with superstars, right? But one day shit will hit the fan, right? And something will happen. If it was and you might look at it and think of it as, and reflect and say, wow, that was a self-inflicted wound, because I should have seen that, or I should have known that, and I should have done something about it, but I didn't because of this or whatever. So if you haven't noticed, I think this is very important. So if you guys are,
is this important, John?
I think this class is very important. So you should take this. Please take this course.
And,
as a business owner.
Go ahead, Zach. I'm going to say something, but go ahead.
And I'm like getting all riled up here, and we could just hijack the whole episode and go down this rabbit hole. But I think something too is, you need to learn this. And it's the same thing with finances. It's the same thing with people. It's the same thing with HR. Yes, there are resources to be able to help you with these things. There are people you can pay to do these things. You can pay bookkeepers and CPAs and HR managers and all of this. But fundamentally, you need to understand it and have a handle on it, because what good is the bookkeeper and the CPA if you don't really know what's going on with the numbers? You can't analyze it and make course corrections. And I don't know how many times in my experience I've had to go back to the bookkeeper or the CPA and say, wait, this isn't right. And here's an error. We need to fix this. Where if I hadn't have had that knowledge and been able to do that, that correction would have just sailed through and been the way it is. And it's the same thing with interviewing and hiring and recruiting. You need to have an understanding of it. And like John said, it's not very sexy, and it's actually very intimidating. And I was very intimidated. Edgar knows, because we've had a lot of phone calls about all this stuff through the years. But it is something, like Edgar says, the more you flex the muscle, the more comfortable it becomes. And it's honestly to a point where, in a weird way, I'm starting to enjoy this side of the business. And I think it's just finally, piece by piece, I'm understanding a bit more, and I'm starting to understand people more. And this is something you're not going to walk in and walk out and be an expert on. This is something you're going to have to take over and over and over, and take every opportunity to get that knowledge. And it could take years to start being able to truly get an understanding of it, but you will never fully understand it.
Yeah, this is one of those classes that you take and you forever take, right? You kind of look back and you say, man, that's a skill set that I learned that I'm going to take with me, forever, that I didn't know was as deep as it is, right? There's a method to the madness of interviewing people and getting down to the root. And then the other thing is, even in that interviewing process, is really kind of having a clear understanding of what you're hiring for, because we talk about it all the time. And with a simple example, you have an introvert and you have an extrovert and you're hiring for somebody, right? You don't look at the applicant And all of a sudden you put an extrovert in a retail situation where they're having to sell over the counter to people. Well, they're extroverts. They're not going to want to talk. So that's not the right person for the right position, right? So as you go through this process, it really makes your head turn into looking at every aspect. And then when you're interviewing, be able to ask specific questions that are going to draw out those situations. So the next class that we're going to talk about is going to be the goal setting class. And that is another big one because we talk about strategy all the time. We talk about, really having a direction. Zach talking about, the pilot having, entering everything into the instrument so that you have a destination. And, if you're not setting a strategy for your company, if you're not setting goals, you're not entering that data into the airplane. And so you're just going to, at the end of the year, you're just going to end up wherever you end up. And the idea of the class is really to be able to teach you how to be able to set those goals effectively. And I'm going to pass it on to John because I know that John's a little pro with this, goal setting and the SMART goals. And John, maybe you could talk about the SMART goals and the method behind setting up SMART goals. It's not just throw something on the wall. Hopefully at the end of the year it's done, but there's a process to it.
Yeah. So again, it's hard. You look at these courses and we specifically made these and we wanted to do these because we think these are foundational principles that each and every entrepreneur needs to get a good handle of in order to be successful. I've talked about this so many times in the past, where unless you know where you're going, you're just existing, right? I mean, if you don't create a goal or set plans for yourself, and create a plan for yourself, either personally or business wise, to achieve something during a period of time, right? What are you doing, right? I mean, literally, what is the purpose of your existence? And what are you trying to accomplish? I mean, have you already reached the summit and the plateau? You've already accomplished everything you want, then by all means, that's fine, right? But I'm talking about 99% of us out there that are currently striving to be better or to do more. And, without setting a proper goal, I truly believe it's impossible to really achieve you can do it by happenstance or by luck. Shit happens and things just fall on your plate and you win the lottery or you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. Yes, that happens, but that's not reality. And if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner waiting for that chance to happen to you, I'm sorry to say, but you're going to be 99 out of 100 times you're going to be very disappointed. It's just never going to happen. And those are the small businesses that fail, right? Because you always hear this and go, look, 3 out of 4 small businesses or however many they are will always close up shop after 2 years or whatever because they can't make it. And a lot of times it's because they don't have a clear, concise path on where they want to go. And they don't set these goals and setting goals. And more importantly, right, creating a plan and executing that plan, regardless of whether or not it pans out or you reach your goal. What's important is that you create one, right? And then that you follow your plan. And then if you don't achieve your goal, it's just as important as if you did achieve your goal, because at the end of the day, it gives you a roadmap or an instruction manual on what you need to do next, because now you've learned a valuable insight on maybe a roadblock or maybe an obstacle or maybe something, whatever it was, that prevented you from doing that. So now when you prep or you set your next goal, you're able to take that into consideration and set yourself up for success moving forward. The worst thing I think a business owner can do is fly blindly, right? Or, be that type of guy or that gal that just exists or just kind of rolls with it. And then turn around. And I've had conversations with people in the past and it's just like, I can't grow. I try, but I just can't seem to get phone calls, or I can't seem to grow my business, or I'm losing customers, or this is that, whatever. And then we have conversations and we talk about it, and I go, well, okay, well, how many customers are you looking to get this year? Oh, I don't know, I just want to gain more. Well, okay, all right, great. Oh, where do you want to increase your revenue to? I don't know, I just want to make more money. Okay, so if you made $10,000 more a month, would that make you happy? And then they're like, oh yeah, that would be great. Okay, well, what if how much profit off of that $10,000 are you supposed to be making? You know what I mean? And and then, oh, I don't know. And I go, well, dude, then who knows, bro? It's just like, if you don't know, how in the hell am I going to know to help you? Right? So before we could even start this, I go, let's come up with a realistic goal and figure out where you want to go. And then you got to ask yourself, you say, I want more clients, but what have you done? You know what I mean? Literally, what have you done to increase your portfolio, your clientele? Have you launched a website we talked about? No. Okay. Have you created your Yelp page? No. Okay. Have you talked to your customers about referrals? No. Okay. Have you? What have you done? Nothing. Well, then how do you expect it to happen? And again, so. Goals are very important, and I don't want to take away much from the class and then kind of get into specifics, but this stuff really hits home with me. And it's like, everybody, I believe, needs to have a purpose in everything that you do. And if as a business, I believe your purpose, your goals are your purpose. And as a business owner, you are the one that gets to determine what those goals are. And it's very important, not only for you financially and for your company's well-being, but it's so super important for the people that work for you, right? Because without goals, individual goals for them, your employees and stuff, where do they go? How are they? Who's going to want to stay for a company or stay with a company that feels like it's a dead end job? I'd rather work for a company that has goals, that inspires to be better and be bigger. And I look at it like, hey, I'm a part of that journey at the very beginning. One of the biggest things I get from some of the guys that I talk to is like, it's hard for me to keep employees. Because as soon as I hire them, they want to turn around, they get their own jobs, or they get their own route, or they still route for me and or customers for me, and then they go off and they start their own thing. That's fine, some people are going to do that, or some technicians are going to do that, but I can guarantee you the reason why is because they felt they got there, they dug the industry, they liked it, and they saw an opportunity, and they were more visionary than you were. Because they looked at it like, hey, shit, look what I can do, and what I can become, and what I can get. Instead of looking at it and saying, hey, look, I work for this company, and look at John, look at Zach, look at Edgar, whoever it is that is running it, and go, and these are his goals and his dreams and aspirations, and this is what it's going to become. And wow, I'm in it at the very beginning, and I'm in it at ground level, and I want to grow with him, because I see this opportunity, and I see where we can go, and it's not a dead end job. And that's a tough conversation to have with some people, and to them, it might be a little, again, I come off abrupt sometimes, but it's just the truth, and that's 9 out of 10 times why an employee leaves. It's not because they're a piece of crap and they want to screw you over. No, it's just because you're not moving fast enough for them, right? Or they don't see the dream or the vision, and you haven't invested enough time in their progression or their career path, or made it very clear. So those are the types of things that you're going to learn in these goal setting classes, so that you don't fall victim to those types of situations that a lot of small business owners get themselves into.
Yep. So everything's a goal setting process. I mean, even if we look at, we look at Pool Nation, right? We started the podcast, but then we had the dream of creating the boot camps, but there was a lot of goals along the way that we had to do and that we had to set up, right? We needed the content. So we needed to set up goals in order to be able to make sure that we had the partnerships with the instructors to be able to teach them. We needed the platform to do that. So that was another goal that we had to create in order to be able to create that platform. Then we had to partner, right? We had to reach out with, the different shows and heritage. And so you look at that overall project, you put all those things into goal. And then what you do is you just kind of go and achieve each one of those goals. And then all of a sudden you look back and it's like, boom, here it is, right? It's all put together. And for your business, it's no different. Just like John was talking about, creating revenue, you can look at it and say, I want to bring in an extra $10,000. Well, do you want to service more accounts, or are you doing your filters, or do you have a heater program, right? Can you do? And if you say, hey, I want to put a heater program together, then set a goal. What is it that you're going to do, right? Step 1, you're going to send the letter. Step 2, right? You're going to follow through those steps. And the next thing you know, you've got that program in place and you're bringing in, your 10 grand a month, but it's all that goal process. So, Zach is saying that we've now hit goal 335 times. Why is it that when we talk about goal, it's the only topic that we talk about, and all of a sudden we kill the word to where people I think people start dropping. They're like, we don't want to hear about goals. So, all right. So let's talk about the last class that we're going to be teaching there. And this one is an epic class. And this is something that you're going to be able to use not just in your business, but in your personal life and in every aspect of your business. And if you take this class, it's going to fundamentally change the way that you do a lot of things in your life. And the next one is going to be influence and persuasion. And it's not just a class to show up and talk about, oh, here's how you influence and here's how you persuade people. It really gets into the nitty gritty of each one of them, right? It grabs each one of them as its own different topic. And, it'll talk about, the ability to influence somebody. If I'm a boss, I already have an influence over you, right? If I am an expert in something, I already have a different influence over you than over a boss, right? The way that I dress, the look, my likeness, those are all different things that allow you to have influence over people. And so when you learn those and you put those into play into business, you're in an area, right, where that you might have an influence by having trucks that are wrapped, right? Because it's that branding, having everybody in uniform. If you learn those foundational things, it's going to allow you to look at your customer and go, I want to be able to influence to get more customers. What things do I need to change in order to be able to have that influence and to have that persuasion, right? There's definitely 6 different principles of persuasion, right? And it's cognitive, it's the emotional triggers, they'll talk about the, persuasion techniques that you can use. And there's a lot of different things to it, especially nowadays with the persuasion. You look at social media, right? That has an impact as well. So really, by the end of this class, you're going to work on a project where you're going to take something that you're really strong at, one of your influences in persuasion, and one that you're really weak at. And what you're going to do is you're going to set something up, you're going to set a goal, you're going to get out, and you're going to put that into play. But this is going to be a 4-hour class. And trust me when I tell you, I think all the classes are great, but I think this one is going to have a huge impact that you're going to be able to put into play the very next day.
Don't get me started with this one.
Look at John. Don't get me started.
Look, I mean, it's just like we go through each and every one. It's how important each. I was right. This one is by far. This is my jam right here. Right. This is what I have spent many years of my life trying to understand and be better at, and I've used it to my advantage throughout my career. Simply because it is so important, not only in my career but in my personal life. I talked about this in depth a couple podcasts ago about the influence and the persuasion, and how you apply that to not just work and being a small business owner, and how critical and crucial it is. It is literally what gets you from good to great, right? But how to apply it in your personal life. What's amazing, and I had a thought, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, like, every one of these courses here, it doesn't even matter. What's the beauty about it is you don't even have to be in the pool industry. Literally, you can be anybody walking off the street, can take these courses and better themselves as an individual, right? And walk away a better person and more prepared to take on life and to be more successful, be more successful financially and personally, right, or socially, by taking any one of these courses. This is just pure gold, man. And this is and what's beautiful about it is this is the tough stuff that a lot of people don't really like to talk about, right? Where we're saying we need to talk about this kind of stuff and we need to throw it out there. And this is, this might go against the grain a little bit, and you throw a title of like influence and persuasion into like a course, that automatically kind of gives maybe bad vibes or jujus to some people, and all those people that think that way are just lying to themselves. This is not a course. It's a course to help you interact better with human beings in life. Our goal is to, as an individual, is to do best for us, ourselves, our families, right? The people we care for and love for. And while we're doing it in a respectful, honorable way, so that you're not a piece of crap, and understanding how to do these things, right, the right way, and understanding the human psyche is how you get there. So this is another class that I'm going to be in, and it's kind of a hard time keep my mouth shut.
They all intertwine beautifully.
Yeah, they do.
If you want to have big goals and big dreams, you're going to need a team of people to help you get there. And how are you
going to be able to influence them?
Yes,
you nailed it, 100%.
Yeah. So
I'm excited. Let's go. I'm ready to go to class.
And look, and you talk, right? And you talk about Eugene, right? His whole story. It is all about goal setting and influencing and persuasion, right? And what he had to do in order to get there. And it's like these courses played out in a story, right? A real life story of an entrepreneur that started from the bottom, right? And how he built his empire up through these cores and through these values, right? And I know I'm spilling the tea, but it all ties.
I'm not allowed to spill the tea, but John can spill the tea. Yeah, go ahead.
It all ties together, right? And it's like, and I know a lot of, maybe there might be some of you guys out there, and hopefully not, but I know there are that are looking at it and go, what are these weirdos so excited about these classes, right? Talking about this or that, and there's just this or whatever.
Until you take them.
It's not one of those, because you're not going into it with the right mindset, right? You need to understand the importance of it in order to appreciate it, right? If you go into this class thinking it's just a whatever, and you're nodding off or whatever, you don't understand the importance of it, you're not going to be able to really, I don't know. Hopefully you're going to have an epiphany mid-class and understand the importance of it. But the thing is that, look, you have to respect the material, right? And you have to respect what it is to fully appreciate what it does for you. And these are the types of things that are you just can't learn anywhere, and so the people teaching them are teaching you from tens of years of experience of trials and tribulations and falling on your face and getting your ass kicked over and over and over again before they understood this. And now they're taking the time to be able to help teach you, right? So that they can put you on the right course so that you can better yourself and your family. It's just badass.
And the people that are going to be teaching these courses are some trainers for Fortune 500 companies.
Real people,
you're getting the creme de la creme on these instructors that are coming in to do this. This is not Edgar kind of coming up with the training class that he's going to do, right?
Yeah, these are the real deal.
But I've taken some of these courses, and they're life altering courses that have changed the way that I behave in business, the way that I think in business, and the way that I use certain things in personal life. And I can tell you take this class, and that's definitely what it's going to do for you. Todd Pieri. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, how do you think he's gotten John and I here? He's a master of influence and persuasion.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I wanted to talk about what's called, and I was told no, and then he was able to talk about it. So he influenced me to be quiet, but then he did it. I think it's the other way around. How can you guys keep feeding me little ideas? John keeps going.
That's another course.
John keeps going. I have an idea, but it's Edgar's idea. I have an idea, but you want to do it, Edgar. And that's the way it rolls.
Next boot camp, watch next year's boot camp. We're going to get into that level of psychological warfare. Okay, we're not going to teach that yet. We got to start with the basics first, and then we'll get to that.
I'm starting to realize the whole interviewing thing with Zach.
Yeah,
he bamboozled me into doing this whole interviewing thing. If I think about it, so. I think I'm being influenced and I'm not even catching on. Hey, big shout out to Todd Pieri out there. You boys have me fired up. Let's go. Todd, it's going to be some epic classes out there. Sharper Image Pool Service. Y'all are absolutely right. And Michael Kraus went over to LinkedIn. So he's watching from LinkedIn, which by the way, I have to kind of keep separate. So forgive me if I keep looking down because for some reason I can reply on our platform to Facebook, YouTube, but when I send a message through our platform, it doesn't go to LinkedIn. So I have to reply separately so people don't think that we're ignoring them. So
I got to get on LinkedIn.
Let me create your page and manage it.
Okay.
Let's do it. So big shout out there, Mr. Joel.
Who knows what you're going to put on there? I don't even know.
Hey, I do want to come back because Joel had said something. Simply keeping the truck clean and well organized goes a long way. And you talk about influencing and persuasion. That's huge in our industry, right? Because having the branding and the clean truck, he's saying that he was at a shopping area and a random person commented how clean that truck was. So automatically, just because of that, you now have a little bit of influence over that person and over that customer. So people notice that whether you realize it or not. And there's so many other things that we just take for granted that we don't think about that are definitely important.
100%. And then look, if you were hiring somebody to clean your pool or to service your pool or to service and be in your backyard, they're smart enough to put two and two together, right? And go, oh, well, he's meticulous. He's organized. His truck looks clean. It's well branded. He has a uniform on. These are all the things we've talked about in length, podcast after podcast after podcast, right? But this is the difference, right? Again, from good to great, right? How do you get there? Because there's some companies and, the knowledge can only get you so far as technical know-how. We all have a basic knowledge or a great knowledge in everything, but you can have two people that know everything about heaters and repairs and chemistry and all that and everything you need to know about it. And they're an encyclopedia of the pool industry, one here and one's yet so much more successful than the others because, well, they both understand the technical portion of it, but they don't understand the emotional, right? Or they're not as good at as the human aspect of it, right? And this is what we're talking about here. These things, everything has a purpose. And here I go again. I'm going off. We need to finish this podcast.
Your table's shaking.
Dude, I'm ready to jump up. I'm ready to go. I'm so stoked for these classes.
This is where I get excited because John gets so fired up, and then it's like, there he goes.
Is there an earthquake going on?
He's like,
bam,
bam.
Sorry. So anyways,
he's like, I get passionate about it. Boom. Janie over there is going to him. Tone it down. Ease up, baby. Ease up, So anyways, guys, let's do this. Let's take our final word from our sponsors. When we come back, we want to get your final thoughts.
The HyperPole from Ultimate Pool Tools is a pool care pole designed by pool professionals for pool professionals, featuring precision crafted carbon fiber and stainless steel construction. Go to ultimatepooltools.com or Instagram at Ultimate Pool Tools. Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. Now available, Pool Invoice. Pool Invoice is a pool billing software created specifically for the pool service and repair industry. It's developed for our industry and only our industry. Pool Invoice is built with recurring billing in mind. You can print, email, text invoices, or even send via WhatsApp. You can add recurring or yearly charges, accept credits, and set up autopay. You can even see when customers have seen the invoice. It even has a customer portal where they can log in and see, print, and pay invoices. It has all your customers' information on one page, so you don't need to search through hundreds of invoices looking for the one you need. Just go to the customer profile and it's all at your fingertips. Created specifically for the pool industry, Pool Invoice. Now available at poolinvoice.com. Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed, open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable. And these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with the pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleaners faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today.
Natural Chemistry, a leader in specialty water care solutions for over 30 years, is proud to provide products that make pool service easier than ever before. Its unique enzyme formulations in Pro Series Pro Blend improve efficiency of your pool program while reducing frequency of filter cleaning and scum lines. Natural Chemistry is also well known for its wide variety of phosphate removal solutions that include a non-clouding formula in Phos-Free and extremely high range removal with Pro Series Phos Remove or Phos Free Max. Save time, save money, save work with Pro Series products. Stop sacrificing durability or efficiency with the help of Raypak's new Avia HD models that utilize NITEC, their exclusive industry-first technology. NITEC heat exchanger technology is Raypak's latest solution to superior strength and maximum efficiency when it comes to residential pool heating. With 900% more nickel compared to copper nickel in critical surfaces, NITEC creates an ideal surface to protect against scale formation and erosion without compromising on Avia's 84% thermal efficiency. Learn more at raypak.com/NITEC.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pool Nation Live podcast with Mr. JJ Flawless, the fastest knitter in the West. Are you worldwide now, John? The fastest knitter worldwide?
I am worldwide.
Worldwide, baby. I'm Mr. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
And the famous Nicholas, Zach, did people whistle at you when they see you walking down the show? No,
Not yet.
Not yet. He has hope, Zach. John, he's like, not yet.
Just
It'll
my wife
at
and
some point.
kids. They've
I got
clapped
Mama
for
making
me.
fun of me on break.
Why?
She's like, you seen that for, I don't know, about a year ago, that it was like a meme or it was like a video on Instagram or TikTok where there was a like a song in the back that goes, more passion, more energy, more passion, right? She's sitting there.
That's great.
And I'm like, wow.
That is awesome.
I can't help it. I go, I'm riled up, man. This is like,
I can tell you this, by next week I will have that sound bite, and then when you start going, I'm gonna be like,
yeah, all right, I'll take it.
Passion.
I'm cool with it. This stuff is I nerd out on this type of stuff right here. This is like what it's all about. This is Machiavelli type stuff.
And I do need to give her a shout out because she was egging me on to dance while you guys were in. So I was just.
Well, she was also making fun of you too.
I was just like, let's do it. I don't care.
She was making fun of you during the break as well. She's like, poor Edgar. He just sits there because I made a comment about us leaving. Edgar just sits there bobbing his head and like dancing all by himself during the commercial break.
So you know what we should do is we should grab my video with your soundbite right on the break. More passion, and I'm sitting there dancing with nobody.
That's like I was hitting right. I didn't notice I was doing it. That's why Zach was laughing, and I'm like, "What's he doing?" I'm sitting there banging on the desk. Sorry, Kevin.
It's like when we go to the podcast studio and it's like, I'm like, take off your bracelet because everything's like clank, clank, clank. So, anyways, big shout out there to Mr. Joel Brakefield. We're excited to get out there. Not Joel Brakefield, Jay Brakefield. We're excited to get out there on the Friday the 27th and spend some time out there with you at that ribbon cutting. That is why you must watch Pool Nation Live. It's a blast. Thank you, Steve.
It's true. You're right, Steve, because a lot of the stuff doesn't make the podcast because it's just like, oh, dude, John went off the rails here. We got to cut this out real quick.
We're like, we sounded like dorks. Let's cut half hour out of this thing.
Right.
So, you know what we should have done? I'm going to bring it back to the box before we go. So, and we got to wrap up, but I should have given away a free box without telling Todd and put him on he didn't send me a box. So do you guys think that I should pick somebody at random from here and have them send him a box and put him under the hotspot?
Box?
No? Oh,
I never got one. So,
well, I don't.
No.
No,
that would be doing them dirty.
No,
okay, no, maybe I won't.
We can't
okay.
We
can't give away other people's products?
Because we love Steve.
We can't take the vote and just kind of, I vote we give it away.
Let's go. All right, then do it. Give one away. We're going to give a box here.
You're going to get an invoice. That's what you're going to get in a box.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
like Edgar,
with an invoice in it, right? Like,
Edgar,
okay.
Yeah, Edgar, send us your address. We want to send you something. I'm all excited. I get an invoice from Aquastar.
Give one away. All right. Look, Todd and Steve are both talking about it. It says, yes, let's do it.
Steve, do me a favor. Don't send me any boxes at this stage because I'm afraid what you guys will do. Because he's like, Edgar, you're gonna get a box, but it's gonna be a special box though.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah. Just so. Anyways, Todd is saying
Maybe
yes.
Saturday Night Live vibes on that one.
So, how do we do this giveaway?
I don't know.
Come on, guys, think about it. Like I just came up with the idea. My goal was to come up with the idea. Your goal is to finish it. Have Janie. You know what? Have Janie. Janie's in the back end over there helping you out. Let's throw Janie into the bus. And
she caught my little joke there, but that's funny. Let's pick Edgar. Never mind.
I didn't catch it.
I know you did it. I know you did it.
I didn't hear it.
Trust me. We're going to leave it at that.
No, I want you to repeat it.
No, you don't, brother.
How do I want?
You don't.
I don't.
This is what's getting cut out of the live and is going into the podcast.
Gotcha.
Not going into the podcast, but how are we going to give one away? I don't know. Let's.
Should we do?
We should do an Instagram post. I think
an Instagram
post about it, and then have a comment of who deserves a box or who wants a box or talk about how special something about the box, right? And then have them do a comment, and we'll pick one or the best comment, or because that can get a little weird too, actually, if we do that. But I think we should do an Instagram post.
Hey, Michael's on here. Michael, you know what, Michael, think about how we should do it. We're going to get final thoughts. And when we come back, Michael's going to tell us how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
How's that?
And I'll send you a video after we're done with the podcast about what I was talking about, Edgar, and get you in the loop.
I'm not sure I want that. You didn't want to repeat it. I don't think you want. You know what? Let me block you for the next 6 hours, and then that'll give you time to cool down. So, anyways, Zach, let me get your final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, this is the stuff that I thrive on, and I've been talking about how motivated I've been the last few weeks and going through it. And John talked about kind of the coasting, or if you're not moving with direction or moving with purpose. And, I think it goes through stages as a business owner. You go through being fired up and kind of pushing the needle and moving the company. And then you kind of get complacent and content, and then you kind of coast. And last year we had a lot of things go on with the building and just things like that, big projects that were very time consuming and distracting. And when we got through the end of the year, I was just not feeling it. I was like, you know what, we've been just coasting, and all of a sudden I got fired up. And so what we're talking about today in those classes, the skills that I have at this point in my career in those areas, which there's always room to learn more, I am running at full cylinders right now, like every single day. And the things that we're concepting of, that we're creating, that we're implementing. And I'm just going hard. And for whatever reason, I don't know if I've got a sickness for this or what, but like, as we have these conversations and we're talking, like I can feel my body just start kind of like shaking and vibrating, and I'm ready to just kind of run off and go work. I mean, I'll be talking on the phone with you about this stuff and I run out of breath because I'm just going so crazy. So to keep it short, I'm very excited for the classes coming up. I think everyone should attend. I think John nailed it when he said this is not pool industry specific. And Edgar's talked about your it and having your it, but then working on your business. And these are the tools and these are the tactics that they're going to translate to another it, if that ever be the case. You can take these into your personal life. You can make goals for your family, for your finance. You can, learn how to understand people better and deal with your kids and your spouse and your relatives and have better relationships with them. So this is a class for anyone. These classes are for anyone. And if you can come in and learn them and start making progress, you can take them right back to your business and start making improvements. So I'm super excited. It's right around the corner. I mean, it's coming right up. So I'm ready to go.
57 days away. Not that I'm keeping track. Mr. Flawless, final thoughts. I waited for the video. I didn't get the video you were going to send me, but
I'm working on it right now.
Oh, you're working on it right now. Okay.
Yeah. No, look, again, this is awesome. Great podcast. I love talking about this kind of stuff. We've already been doing it for an hour and 40 minutes, and I know we gotta keep going. So I'm not gonna,
I gotta go work on these things.
I know, I'm ready. I'm pumped. But again, if you guys haven't noticed, we're very passionate about this. And if you have the opportunity, I know it's a lot and it's tough to get away from your families and to get away from your business. But I promise you, this will be worth it. If you can find the time to get out to Texas in March to do these courses, it would be very beneficial to you. I promise. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're been in the business for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If you're already in a high position, working for a manufacturer, for another company, all this stuff right here, I promise you, there's some good takeaways that you'll be able to use and better your lives, as a whole. So looking forward to seeing you guys at the boot camp. Yeah, that's it. I'm ready to go.
Awesome. So registration for the Pool Nation Boot Camp, you can go to poolnation.com. There's a big button on there that says Heritage Boot Camp. Click on that and it'll take you to the registration. You can register there. Please note that there are only 80 spots available. And I kept getting messages from a lot of people. We have 24 people already registered that are going to be attending the boot camp. So that leaves us what, John, 56 spots? So
it's going to go quick.
So it's going to go quick. So if you're planning to attend, and here's the thing is again, we're dealing in a place where we have a max capacity and we like to do the 80 because everybody gets that one-on-one. So if you want to register, make sure that you do that right away. Let me see here. Or it can a free giveaway to those going to the boot camp. So they're sending me some messages here on the giveaway. So I'm going to do a giveaway. So everybody that's listening right now, go watch our Instagram. What we will do is we will post it on Instagram so that everybody can jump in. So, and Michael's going, hey, I like the idea. Choose a random person who registers.
That's a good one. You could put it in the Jumbolator thing that picks random. And
I don't think so. I think we should do it separate because
I say we do too.
Well, no, because we know that Aquastar is going to be giving away stuff at the boot camp anyway, right?
Hey, since Todd is sending me an invoice, send an invoice to Zach for one and one to me.
Well, then there's got to be one to John.
So three invoices.
I mean, we're known for that. We do that at every boot camp.
He doesn't have my address to send the invoice,
ours, right?
Well, that's why you didn't get a box. You didn't give him your address.
Right. So if I didn't get a box, I can't get an invoice. I'm good. So, all right. So we'll do a separate one. I know that they'll give away stuff there, but
Yeah.
maybe they could give away one of these elusive boxes.
Yeah,
So,
let's do 2.
so anyways, so everybody go register at poolnation.com and we will see you guys there. Everybody have a great weekend and we will see you next Wednesday on our Instagram Live. Zach, John, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Till next time.
See ya.
Adios.
Thanks for listening to the Pool Nation podcast, a member of the Pool Nation family. You can listen to us live every Friday here at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You can find us at Pool Nation or poolnationpodcast.com, on Facebook, or on Instagram at pool.nation. And to find more info about Pool Invoice, the billing software built specifically for the pool industry, go to poolinvoice.com. Before you go, this is what the pool industry has been waiting for. PoolmanUniversity.com. It's the first platform dedicated to learning the swimming pool service and repair industry. A pool service community where you can connect and find videos on business, service, water chemistry, and repairs. See you there at PoolmanUniversity.com.